Hi guys, in their continued goal to demonise asylum seekers and migrants, the Tory-backing Telegraph cherry-picked data to suit its narrative. That instead of being a net benefit to the economy, migrants are a drain on public services. In an article published on Friday by the newspaper, which I'll leave a link to in the description, sadly it's behind a paywall, anyway, it claims that migrant workers are costing the taxpayer £150,000 up to their pension age. This is deeply flawed. And here migrant Alex Andreou debunks the report. Have a listen.
The Telegraph treats those OBR figures as if they are forever. People's lives are not linear. Someone arrives low-skilled, just as I did in 1990, but also studying at the same time, improving my English. Then I had a slightly better job while I went to university. Then I graduated from university and had a much better job that paid a lot of tax into the system. So the idea that someone arrives low-skilled and then stays low-skilled until they're of pensionable age is not realistic. That's not how people's lives work, basically. And if you look further into the piece, you find out that while low-paid migrants are a drain on public finances, the OBR found that the average migrant worker paid more in tax than they received in public services compared with British-born workers, mainly because they were not educated in the UK, which makes perfect sense to me. And so, isn't that what we should look at, on average, whether a migration economy is working for us or not, I guess.
Okay. We have so much to pack in.
Well said, Alex. You know, the problem here is that the Conservative, I was going to say the Conservative Party, it's the Telegraph, is cherry-picking the data to suit its narrative. It's starting off with the idea that immigration is bad, and it's looking for evidence to reinforce that narrative. Instead of actually following the evidence to the conclusion, they're leading the evidence to their position which they started out with, that immigration is bad. Now, the highest costs for the state happen when somebody is at the beginning of their lives and at the end of their lives. So as migrant workers are arriving in Britain at the age of 18 or older, they've already saved the host country a huge amount of money related to education and healthcare, for example. So, for example, you know, if we look at people born in a country, there's a huge cost related to health, for example, pediatricians, children growing up, they need to be visited by the GP more often than adults. Dentists, all of these things cost money. This is a cost for the state. This is the reality we can't get away from. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying that's the fact. And when it comes to education, of course, education is expensive for the state. And migrants coming in above the age of 18 have saved the country, the host country, all of these costs. So that has to be taken into account. Now, of course, at the end of people's lives, there's another cost that you can't escape. Low-skilled workers also don't stay low-skilled, as Alex has pointed out here. They move around into different sectors of the economy, and they generally accumulate wealth or improve their incomes. So, of course, it's not going to be a static number all of the time. It'll go up, it'll go down, so you have to look at the average. Of course, there are going to be migrants who are a net cost for the taxpayer, but there are going to be some who will counterbalance that. You have to look at the average. The report ignores the fact that migrants contribute to the economy in other ways, for example, buying services and products, which help boost the exchequer. So this is a cherry-picked report designed to come to a political, not economic conclusion. And unfortunately, this is the goal of the Conservative Party and their friends in the media like the Telegraph. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.